Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we're talking about what is going on with Vechain VET. And the reason I am doing this is because you guys requested it a ton. So for right now, put in the comment section down below what coin you'd like me to cover next, so I can explain how enthusiastic I am about it, or if I hold it or not, all that type of stuff. Make sure you put that down below. And by doing that, you're also automatically entering yourself into our $100 crypto giveaway that we do once a video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours. Yeah, 3 simple steps. Make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. Having said that, I've been a Vechain holder for a very freaking long time. I remember talking about this crypto in 2018, even when it was still called VEN. And if you watch my live streams almost every day, you also know that I recently just showed you guys a little clip of a video where I revert to this crypto all the way back then. And so, yes, I've been a holder for a very freaking long while, even before the token conversion. Now, having said that, what are my predictions in the future? Because once more, I've been with them for quite a long while, not a 2015 long while, but a pretty good while. And so I must have a little bit of an idea. I must have a little bit of a plan. And yes, guy, I have that. Really, I have a very, very solid plan. Now, on the basis, I should say I still believe the Vechain uptrend is in place. I don't think we're going anywhere soon at all. I think we're just going to continue on rampaging through these prices, just boom, 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 boom. We rejected basically at around 10 cents or so, but that's logical because the gains in this very short time span have just been incredible. I don't know, let's quickly see the exact percentage. You can definitely see here that the gains for Vechain were just insane for just a couple of weeks, and though a correction was definitely necessary. We already saw one here somewhere in the middle of February, but right now another one is just perfectly fine, perfectly normal. As you can clearly see, it was a perfect correction right now. And if we're going to continue on with the gains, it would be normal as well. So from that perspective, that is already fixed. From the RSI perspective, we're actually a little bit too high still. I would say that there is more room for new corrections, but that is all to do with Bitcoin, of course. If Bitcoin goes back down, well, you already know what's about to happen. Yet, it looks like we are crossing over in a very, very positive territory. I've explained before where I thought the dips were going to lie in a live stream and where I think we're going to reverse from, which all happened perfectly. However, for Vechain, yeah, it's going to mostly rely on Bitcoin, partially, of course, on its own fundamentals, yet the longer term is fixed, in my opinion. Having said that, I often get the question from people, can we get rich with this coin? Where do you think it can go eventually in terms of price? Do you think $1 per Vechain is going to be possible? Well, guys, a very fun fact is that I used to always talk about 10 cents for VET, and if that were to be possible, because, well, for the longest time, this crypto was really, really low in terms of price. Like, we're talking half a cent or lower. We're talking years, right? I've talked about this crypto so often while it was at about half a cent or so. So back then, we were always talking about, can it ever hit 10 cents? You seeing here? This is when we talked about it as well. I used to make daily videos about Vechain. Look at the price right here, guys. Let's quickly take a good look at the price right here. The price here was 0.001, basically 1/10 of a cent. And right now we're getting close to 10 cents. It is that crazy. But that's also to show you guys some contrast. I was talking about Vechain all the way back then as well, every single day, talking about whether or not it could hit 10 cents. Of course, we were always enthusiastic about it. But look at the gains that ensued on this crypto in just a year or so. That is incredible, guys. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. But hey, that is what crypto does to you. If we're talking about another 10 times gains though, $1, something like that, there's, in my opinion, nothing that really holds them back from getting there, especially if you take a good look at what type of partnerships they have going on for themselves already and what type of fundamentals they've set in place for themselves. For example, what different industries they're into. But another thing that sets them apart is, of course, I'm not going to call it enterprise solution. It's basically their all for one or one for all. I don't know exactly what you should call it. Solution Vechain toolchain. That is extremely popular right now, extremely useful, and I think is also going to launch Vechain to a way broader audience. It's already done so for a little while, but it will keep going on like that. And kind of having that in the back of our head, yeah, of course the expansion is going to continue on. Right now, people are speculating that because Vechain is already so big into the healthcare department that they might also work with, I don't want to say the names, but you guys know the whole current situation, the thingy 19. Yeah, there of course are vaccinations coming up. And they are saying that those might be tracked on Vechain too. Again, what exactly will be positive to vet the crypto, that's still to be seen. But working with Vechain as a company is already a very, very big part. Would be very amazing to see. And yeah, you can just look here through the Vechain website to see what exactly they've done already before. It is crazy though. They have so much going on. If you type in Vechain Healthcare, you'll see here just how much they're doing here, just how much they've already gotten for themselves. And you can already kind of guess and just smell a little bit here how they're going to be expanding, for example. You've seen this type of stuff? Yeah, it's all for the tracking. So $1, is it possible? Honestly speaking, guys, there's really nothing keeping it back. Think about it. The solution that they provide will only keep increasing as time moves on. So why would it ever have to be capped at $1? Why would it ever have to be capped at a couple of dollars? People often say, Dusty, you're dumb, because the thing that's keeping it back is market cap. For example, the circulating supply is 64 billion, but the max supply is about 85 billion. It's 86.7 billion to be exact. So yeah, that's a very big restriction. And I almost always reply with, okay, but why? And you guys understand why I keep saying like, but why? Because 87 billion times 1 would be $87 billion, which is a lot, but definitely not impossible. 87 billion times 3, let's say it's a maximum of $250 billion at that point. I definitely don't think that's impossible. Unless I'm missing some zeros and actually this is all trillion of dollars that we're talking about, but I don't think so. What I think is this exact number here times 3 as a maximum, which once more is not more than 250 billion. I think that's definitely possible at one point or another. Are we talking about this year or this trend? Guys, I'm not too sure about that. Why? Because we don't know how big crypto is going to get within the next couple of weeks. This person, JP4U4, said, Vechain $3 plus this bull run, called it, remind me 6 months. And the reason I'm not too convinced of this and why I wouldn't say that you should really believe this too much is because, well, we don't know where crypto is going to be in 6 months. We don't know if we've massively expanded like we're expecting right now, or if we're actually kind of contracting a little bit, and some of the people are a little bit more skeptical towards that end. It could take another year or so for crypto to really get through the highest of highs. We don't really know exactly how far along the bull run will be as of that point. And that is also very important to understand for Vechain's price because, well, even though 10 cents is going to be really easy, I would say 25 cents and even 30 cents is going to be relatively easy. Once we're heading closer to $1 or so, $80 billion in market cap, yeah, you're already looking at the top of the freaking top right now. You're looking at the third position times 2, or half of the number 2 position. Yeah, that is definitely not that simple to achieve, and that would basically mean that Ethereum and Bitcoin would also have to expand like crazy within this time frame. Otherwise, it just doesn't make that much sense. From my perspective, this is mostly because Vechain is not a number 5, not a number 2, not a number 3 type of crypto as of this point. Will they continue to become that? That's all that we'll see. But I cannot say for right now that it's going to be in this top 3 anytime soon. And from that perspective, you're going to have to expect it to be at around number 6, 7, 8-ish in terms of market cap too. Now, there's a very big deviance between 25 and 14 billion, I know. But if, for example, these cryptos are, for example, Ethereum times 4 already at 800 billion, Tether, for example, at, let's say, times 6, Cardano, BNB, or whatever cryptos are here as well, at about, let's say, I don't know, let's call this all at about 400 billion and so on and so forth. Then Vechain could be here, for example, at a 240 billion, which is the highest point that we want to get to. It wouldn't be that crazy. But we do need a lot of expansion from some of these top cryptos too, unless you think Vechain is going to be taking it all over at the top and going to become the number 1 crypto, which once more, it could happen. I'm not saying it cannot. I'm just saying there's quite a lot of things holding them back as of this point, right? Let's just call it like that. However, one fun thing to kind of understand as of this point is times 10, right? From right now is a market cap of about $50 billion, which is about 80 cents. Let's go a little bit lower. Let's go for about a $40 billion market cap times 8-ish, times 7.5. For example, $40 billion market cap, again, once more, times 7.5 is a pretty high price. Let's say about 60 cents or so. I'm not exactly sure what it would be. You calculate for yourself. Well, that placement is actually not that bad. It's still the 4th placement as of that point. If we're $1 billion below it, it's actually the 5th placement. Or if you're another billion below it, it's actually the 6th placement. So from that perspective, a lot of different prices are still very close to the grabbing, very freaking close to happening. And look at this pump, by the way. Filecoin going crazy, 30% in 24 hours. That is insane. Damn, guys, that is crazy. That is crazy to sometimes watch. I like watching these cryptos who just pump like crazy. But bottom line being, Vechain just got themselves so many huge partnerships. The future is set for them. 10 cents has already made me more money most likely than a lot of other cryptos ever will. For example, Bitcoin will most likely never make the amount of money that Vechain has just made me already. I'm still very excited for them. I still think $1, $3 are coming eventually. Is it going to happen this run? It's just left for Bitcoin, really. Is a 50-cent price this run possible? I would say yes. It's not going to be that hard, depending on how big they do in the marketing department, how big they do in the big spotlight, because of course, this is a more Asia-centered crypto that might not get as much adoption here in the West. We'll see. We'll see as time moves on. But one of the most interesting parts about it is if you stake it, or if you have Vechain, you're getting yourself some VTHO for free, which is also another, I guess, big reason to just hold it on through and why the price will keep continuing on, because people want to keep getting these returns for free, as you could just keep increasing your position, keep getting more, and it is just some very enthusiastic and exciting process. And yeah, that was it for me. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Let me know down below what crypto you'd like to see next, and I'll get to it.